Today we got a Lifetime movie, the network that gave us Tubi-style movies before Tubi even existed. The story starts with Leo Knight on a call with his pregnant wife Layla. Leo says he misses her coochie, but Layla says her cookies are off limits until after she gives birth. The doorbell rings and it's Vicki, Leo's former wife who was presumed dead after being missing the last 5 years. Quickly, Layla shuts her out and heads upstairs to grab her gun. Vicki says she wants her life back, but soon Vicki leaves. Days later, Vicki, sleeping in stank restroom stalls, freshens up and prepares to get a job. At a salon, Karen, the compassionate owner, learns of Vicki's trauma and employs her. Vicki introduces herself as Tori and cries as she recalls the pain she's been through. It looks like she was kidnapped and bound while Destiny's Child moved on without her. Karen looks at her hair and it's too matted to save, so she says they'll get her a good Law Roach wig to wear. Later, Layla shows up at the salon to have her nails did by Black China. Then she is so gagged to see Vicki there that she immediately has contractions. Gina asks Vicki to drive her to the hospital. Upon getting there, Dr. Green tends to Layla, while Vicki asks the medical receptionist if the doctor helps people without insurance, and she learns that it happens one Saturday every month. Shortly, Layla informs Vicki that the doctor gave her a sedative and the baby is okay. Vicki tries to relate to her and informs her that she once lost a baby right after she got kidnapped. Bothered, Layla asks Vicki why she's around, and Vicki opens up to her that Leo is all she's got because she lost her parents. Then Vicki drives Layla home. In front of the house, Vicki explains how she got kidnapped while hiking. After being raped, someone dragged her deeper into the woods, shot her, and left her for dead, but some people found her and nursed her back to health. After fully recovering, Vicki tried reporting to the police, but after being called a junkie, she ran off and finally found Leo. She helps Layla inside and prepares a meal for her, but by that time, Layla has fallen asleep. So she checks through her drawer, sees a gun, and points it at Layla for a while, before putting it back. Oh, the hoe crazy. Then she goes through Layla's closet. There she picks a nightgown, sneakers, and a teddy from the baby's crib, before going downstairs. Vicki makes herself comfortable on the couch and spends the night. The next day, while preparing breakfast, Leo tries to enter her from the back, thinking she's Layla, but she's spooked and accidentally cuts him. Surprised to see she's alive, he asks for his wife, and she says she is his wife. He runs upstairs and reunites with Layla. Layla wonders why Vicki is still here, and Leo learns that the girls have already been acquainted. Vicki explains she don't even have a car and gets mad at Leo for asking what she's doing here, instead of worrying what she had gone through. She has nowhere else to go and has no one else to turn to. As she prepares for work, Leo offers her $3,000, claiming that they're broke, but she refuses to believe after seeing that he has 3 cars. One of the cars is a sports car, which she knew he got through her insurance money. Vicki rejects the check, telling him that she can't withdraw the money because she's technically dead, so he should give it to her in cash. He opens his wallet, but she takes everything, then says she'll meet with him later for a prepaid debit card. After leaving with one of his cars, she recalls her wedding with him and throws a fit. Leo, on the other hand, tries to calm his wife, assuring her that Vicki won't cause them any trouble. He gets all excited with his foot fetish, but she stops him from going further. He says he's going to go work out, but goes to big his back with a Big Mac instead. Vicki gets to work and Gina shades her for not putting on any makeup. Gina is very sussy of Vicki and thinks there's something wrong with her. Later, Vicki meets with Leo and Layla at their restaurant, and as they praise the food, Vicki says it tastes like feet, Leo's favorite flavor. Leo hands her a burner phone and a credit card with $5,000, thinking it's enough to get her off their back, but she insists on collecting $75,000, reminding them that she had $80,000 in savings before through her father's life insurance. Leo tells her they are broke, but Vicki says they can sell their paintings. Layla suddenly gets a call about work and leaves them to take it. Alone, Leo asks Vicki why she didn't go to the police. She tells him she wasn't ready to lose more years having to go to court. She hands Leo a list, asking him to help her get a new identity. Vicki then demands $5,000 weekly to work at the restaurant, but Leo keeps saying he's broke, so she tells him to sell his sports car. Leo immediately objects. Layla returns to inform Leo about the restaurant consultant, and she spots Vicki wearing her sneakers. The following day, Vicki starts her job at the restaurant with the pretext of being Layla's cousin. She meets Mark, and after he tries her food, he orgasms. Curious, she learns from him that Leo conducted a search party and opened the restaurant to honor his dead wife, which is why they cooked all the dishes she prepared for him. And for some reason, Mark doesn't recognize Vicki as the missing wife. Then the white boy ends up saying she's prettier than Layla. She resumes working in the restaurant, and she presents Mark with new dishes they can add to the menu. At the end of the week, she also collects her cash from Leo. One day, Mimi, a TV producer, meets with Layla at the restaurant, and after trying the food, they get down to business. Layla tries to convince Mimi to put her on her show, but Mimi says she likes to cover drama. Layla tries to convince her again, but Mimi says they can hire Layla as a caterer for the show. The shade! One time at work, Vicki makes a dish and Leo tries it. As he savors the taste, she asks him if he ever loved her at any point, and he tells her he did. He then asks her to pack some of the food for him. One Saturday, Vicki meets with Dr. Green to check her chances of having babies. Seeing how uncomfortable she is, he calls for the medical receptionist to calm Vicki and help her with the procedure. But as soon as she opens her robe, the medical practitioners stiffen up after seeing her scars. After the examination, the woman gives her a therapist's number to call and help her through her trauma. Later, Vicki heads back home, but doesn't know that Mark has been stalking her. Later at the restaurant, as Mark tries to ask her out, Leo saves her from the Midwest too and speaks to her privately. He hands her the fake ID she requested, thinking he's done, but to his surprise, Vicki tells him to give her $500 grand out of the $2 million life insurance policy he got under her supposed death. Sister Vicki really trying to grab that bag. She tells him to sell his car for it, but he adamantly refuses, complaining about how Layla also wants him to do so for a baby-friendly car. He's also frustrated that he hasn't been able to release his cream since Layla got pregnant. That's when Vicki realizes that he's not excited about having a baby. After she leaves the office, she sees Mark eavesdropping on them, and he confronts her about the cash she got from Leo, so she lies about it. Mark tries to get her to go on a date with him again, but just ignores the incel. That night, Vicki meets with Dr. Moss and opens up a bit about her past. She lies about her ex's name and narrates how they met and married before her sick father passed away. After the session, Vicki sees Mark outside and wonders if he's stalking her. He says he's actually there to see his therapist. A call from Dr. Green interrupts them, telling her that she can't have a child. Devastated, she returns to the salon and tells Karen the sad news. Karen then consoles her by helping her wash her hair. Later, Vicki searches for Mark on the web and sees a video of him looking for her. Ain't no way Mark doesn't know what Vicki looks like. As Leo struggles to raise Vicki's money, he finds out that Layla spent $5 grand on a baby stroller, so he confronts her about it and tells her to reduce her spending habits. She throws it back at him, saying she found his fast food in the car, reminding him that she doesn't date broke or big back men. Later, Layla calls the restaurant for food, and when Vicki picks it up, Layla tells her she got into an argument with Leo, so Vicki offers to bring the food over. Shortly, Vicki shows up with her meal, and as they talk, Layla's water breaks, so she's rushed to the hospital and safely delivers the baby girl. Leo shows up later and tells Vicki the child's name, Layla. Vicki then demands her money, revealing that she's aware Leo was the one who kidnapped her and shot her. She then threatens to tell the world if he doesn't give her the money, and here I was thinking it was Mark. Days later, as she packs her bag into the car, Mark startles her, so she scares him with a gun. Quickly, he fesses up to stalking her, and knowing she is Victoria Knight, Leo's missing wife. Still, he shoves the matter aside and asks her out, so she gets upset with him for being weird. After lashing out at him, she asks if he can keep her secret, but by then he walked away dejected. On Friday, as Vicki prepares to leave the salon, she leaves some cash and a thank you letter to Karen, and as she looks at the place for the last time, Karen calls her and Vicki informs her that she has restocked the supplies. After the call, Leo tells her he has her money, so she happily packs up. She ignores Mark's text and then heads to Leo's place to deliver food and collect her bag. When she gets there, he hands her the money and tells her not only did he sell his car for it, but his restaurant and house are taking a toll. Leo is mad he didn't end her, but then paints himself as having turned a new leaf. She doesn't buy his BS and leaves with his car. As she happily drives away, Mark calls her, apologizing for being a creep, and they patch things up. He then asks her if she's aware that Leo took 2 separate $2 million insurance policies. Worried, Vicki tells him not to snoop around Leo's stuff, and she heads to Layla to warn her. Upon getting there, she helps Layla put Layla to bed, then Layla asks her why she's around. Vicki tells her that Leo was the one who kidnapped her. Layla doesn't believe her, so Vicki says Leo issued a $2 million insurance policy on Layla. Still, Layla accuses her of wanting to take everything from her. Left with no choice, Vicki shows her the scar Leo gave her, and disgusted, Layla vomits. Leo shows up shortly, and after Layla sends Vicki to check on Layla, she slaps Leo for not killing Vicki. Turns out it was Layla who came up with the entire plan to kidnap Vicki and collect her life insurance money. Layla brainstorms ways to dispose of Vicki without the cops finding out. She cooks up a motive, and Leo hugs her, calling her the smart one, saying they'll get their 500 grand back. To his surprise, Layla stabs him, revealing that she found out he took a $2 million insurance policy on her. But she was 2 steps ahead and took a $3 million insurance policy on him. Leo tries to choke her, but she steps on him and he falls to the ground. Layla then screams and Vicki rushes to the kitchen and sees Leo with a knife stuck to his chest. With his dying breath, he grabs Vicki's leg and tries to warn her, but Layla hits her head with an object, causing her to pass out. Several minutes later, Vicki wakes up tied to a chair and sees Layla frantically trying to calm Layla down. She learns that Layla and Leo were having an affair behind her back 6 years ago, and since then, they've been trying to cash in on Vicki's father's life insurance and then hers. Layla then takes Layla upstairs as she prepares to end Vicki and frame her for Leo's homicide and her own suicide. Unfortunately for Layla, Vicki kicks her in the placenta and breaks loose. She even grabs her extensions. And as she struggles for the knife plunged in Leo's body, Layla pulls out a gun. Suddenly, the police storm into the house and they see Vicki covered in blood while holding a knife, so they intervene. 18 months later in Macon City, Vicki visits Layla in prison and tells her she did some digging and realized that the judge was Layla's second baby daddy. Vicki informs Layla that she's living her life and she's now the head of HR with Mark as her assistant. Frustrated, Layla says she wants to see Layla, but Vicki corrects her that she's now Rhea, coined from her name Victoria. After announcing it's her last visit, Vicki informs Layla that she's playing her dream role on TV as someone's housewife. Mimi shows up right after and she reveals a hidden camera in Rhea's stroller. Realizing she's been recorded for publicity, Layla loses it and is immediately taken back to her cell. The woman leaves and Vicki expresses how taxing it was for her to play along with Mimi's wish. She hands her the camera and admits she doesn't want to live Layla's best life anymore, but her own life. Mimi understands her and wishes her good luck. What a roller coaster ride. I honestly didn't think Leo and Layla were behind it all. At first, I thought Vicki was going to be the unhinged wife who's returned. What did you guys think of this one?
Hey, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe now and turn on the notification because YouTube isn't recommending my videos. And if you'd like to watch more foolishness, click here or here.